madder. Stay battling, going around, juggling that and around, juggling that as I get madder. Stay battling, going around, juggling that and 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 stay battling, going around, juggling that and around, juggling that as I get madder. Stay battling, going around, juggling that and 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 around, juggling that and
They say, oh my God, I see the way you shine. Take your hand, my teeth, and place them walking by. Who know who stopped me that while I was passing by? And now I beg to see you dance just one more time. Ooh, I need to see you every time. No, I have no time. Ooh, don't make me want you right. And now I beg to see you dance just one more time. Dance for me, dance for me, dance for me, oh, oh. Never seen anybody do that thing so cool before. Hey, say, move for me, move for me, move for me, hey, hey. And when you're done, I'm going to do it that I hate. One more time. Ooh, I see you every time. Into my eyes, I like no style. You make me fight. And now I'm ready to see you dance just one more time. Say, dance for me, dance for me, dance for me, oh. I've never seen anybody do that thing so cool before. Say, move for me, move for me, move for me, hey, hey. When you're done, I'm going to do it that I hate. Say, dance for me, dance for me, dance for me, oh, 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 oh. I never seen anybody do that thing so cool before. Say, move for me, move for me, move for me, hey, hey. When you're done, I'm going to do it that I hate. I never seen anybody do that thing so cool before. Say, move for me, move for me, move for me, hey, hey. And when you're done, I'm going to do it that I hate. Say, dance for me, dance for me, dance for me, oh, 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 oh. I never seen anybody do that thing so cool before. Say, move for me, move for me, move for me, hey, hey. When you're done, I'm going to do it that I hate.
Some legends are told, some turn to dust or to gold, but you will remember me for centuries.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Party starter. Are you ready to go? I'm the party starter. Party starter. Party starter. Party starter. I'm the party starter. Everybody, let's go. I'm the party starter. Everybody, let's go.
Okay.
Een linietje nog.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome for this final round tonight from Tony Rust Clockwise. It's going to be an interesting tonight, especially that is the final. The inaugural champion is about to be crowned, and I, for one, cannot wait. And to finish the league off in a grand style. Secondly, for the first time in sim racing, we had a first time car design, first time track design, and a first time champion. So it's going to be a really, really interesting night. With me, all the way from Walvis Bay in Namibia, Melvin Gous. Good evening, Melvin.
Evening, Charles. All good your side?
Hey, Melvin, I can't complain. I think there's more Namibians watching tonight than South Africans, to be honest. You guys got a big motor club there and a hell of a following in motorsport.
Yeah, I would hope so. I mean, it is pretty exciting doing the Circuit 9 reverse. We started off the beginning of the season normal way round, as it was usually driven for years, and since about last year I think they started racing Tony Rust in the way it was actually designed, which is known to us as reverse way round. And yeah, so Peter sat hours and hours to actually change the direction and everything, and here it is. So pretty excited to race it tonight. Not easy, but excited to race it.
Yeah, it's definitely not easy. Like you mentioned, we used to race previously and practice the fun service. We did an anti-clockwise, so to speak, and you know, you get so used to it, and then when you start seeing somebody drive in a different direction, it's almost like it's a brand new track. Times are different. I mean, we were running from the 56s now into the 109 scenarios in Div 2, and yeah, I think it's going to make some interesting racing for tonight. Just a little bit off the topic, as we see the practicing is getting over now. We'll get into qualifying quite soon. There we go. We've got Peterson, that was actually Navia Peterson, that was setting the fastest time of 109.6, and then just followed by James Crooks, which is quite surprising because none of those guys are in the championship running for Divisional 2.
No, not at all. James Crook actually only his second race with us, and he's still on a controllers, but he's been practicing every single second he's had this week. So he's as well did Nathia. Both of them, if you open the servers, they were in there. But look out for Johan Niemand. I would say James Leach Senior, Tommy Leary, as well as Warrick Stuart. They might be up there for the battle for the win. Michael Russ, who knows the track, still struggling a bit in the Polo, also having some PC issues. Sadly for Richard Slammer Jr., who won't be joining as his PC crashed just before the server opened now, so he's out for the night. But it should be an interesting race to watch.
Yeah, and then I've got a youngster that really started making name for himself in the last 2 or 3 races, and whenever you see him on the grid, you tend to get excited because he is a super clean driver. I don't want to jinx him, but he's a good driver, and that's your son, Keon. He's really good.
Yeah, it's a bit hot-headed still, but I'll be keeping tabs on him, standing behind it, and hopefully he'll keep it together.
We saw some in practice, him and Tommy Leary going into certain corners, and it is really rubbing around, but both of them did it perfectly. So there we go, Melvin. Qualifying is about to start. Who's going to lead it and who's going to take it? Who's got your money? I'll take these guys out of the pits. It looks like they're racing already.
Yeah, well, I would say my money goes on Nathia Peterson or Tommy Leary taking pole, as they've probably got the most mileage on the track so far this week. As I said, they were on every single night, practice, so they know it inside out by now.
I can't see any weights, so it should make an interesting race as well. Remember, don't rule out Warrick Stuart in the JP Hydraulics VW Polo. I mean, he's been quite consistent this whole series, and he's also, if I remember, in the last one, he actually won on this track in that course. So, you know, he's out there. And then a very old favourite of ours, need to say old in a very respectful term, but a seasoned driver is James Leach Sr. He's also fast on Tony Rust. Remember last time he came out and he gave these guys stick?
He gave them a good run for their money, and again in the practice service he was right up there. I think he also managed a 109. There's about 3 or 4 guys in there, the rest all on 110, but we can expect some really close times now in qualifying.
Yeah, you can see these cars going up almost 8 as they go through the last corner there into the JP Hydraulics main straight, and there's all of them out on their flying laps, and let's see who sets their times first. We can see Jay de Villiers there also pushing very hard, one of our admins himself. Then Ivan Karamarka, also brilliant to see Ivan back, and if I'm not mistaken, he's also in the last man stands, last man stands VW Polo as they go through the Volvo bend here. It's making things, look at these guys in the back of Ivan. Warrick Stuart, Gous, and I think it is James, if I'm not mistaken.
It's Michael Rush leading the pack there.
Michael, yeah.
Followed by Warrick, and yeah, they're already racing.
They're racing, they're drifting around these corners as they go through the RS Freight Services long back straight. So yeah, it makes it interesting. Then yeah, the ever so favoured RCCB corner. That is, I mean, Melvin, you should know. Is CCB more dangerous anti-clockwise or clockwise?
I would say the way we're driving it now. Reason for that, it's a blind corner. You literally don't see the apex of the turn or your braking point or anything. So you've got to aim forward and then just hope you get it right. But if you get it right, you can really score a lot of time there.
Well, we can see there James Leach Sr. just set a 111 almost dead. Ivan Karamarka jumped in with 110.5s. As times are starting to come in, you could see that battle between Stuart, Gous and Rust that doesn't really paid off, because those guys are doing in the 113.11s. There's your man, Nadia Peterson, 109.8 as he's jumping to the top. And then remember, Yassine Manuel, he's actually in the running for Div 1. Oh, there was already contact there on the outlet.
Yeah, anyone there taking to the infield with someone. I couldn't really see who that was now. But yeah, there's going to be a lot of action. You can especially expect it through turn 1 into the Volvo corner through that long sweep. The cars get really, really unsettled there.
We've got, as we came back to the championship, leading now for tonight, guys that can win it. I mean, we've got Warrick Stuart on 278 points, Yassine Manuel right on his heels at 273. There's only 5 points different. Then we've got Mr. Tommy Leary at 264. So that's it. And remember, the pole winner will get 25 points. So there's pretty much all the way to Nadia Peterson, who's now, and still, if he gets onto pole, and you know Warrick, Yassine, Tommy, and James doesn't qualify higher than him, he can still take this championship. So there's going to be a heated battle. I think Tommy should have a good run. I do think he's going to have a good run, and then yeah, I think you called it right on Yassine or Nadia. I think they're in Warrick.
Yeah, I think Tommy, we've seen the last couple of races. He
huge contact.
He does always.
Between Yassine and Gous.
That first corner is going to be a tricky one. I can tell you, if you're not going to make a mistake there, you will end up probably on the podium. It is such a tricky corner. It's got a dip in there with a couple of bumps that spews you out, and if you hit them, you're gone.
Looking at Jay de Villiers coming down the bitstream back straight now as he's making his way in. Let's see if he's going to lock that tires up as he's pushing these cars on. Remember, they're running very low, very light into the JP Hydraulics main straight. Let's see where he can put it. I don't think we're going to see much difference in this time, and if it is like it is, Jay de Villiers had a brilliant run. Yep, 110.3, which will put him into 3rd position. So let's see if he can do it. He can stay there. Tommy Leary goes into 4th on 10.4, and then Warrick Stuart into 5th. Then Keon Gous, Ivan Karamarka, and then De Beer. Let's see where these guys are still. They're still in their last lap. So let's see if they can actually get some better timing in there. There we go. James Crook just jumped up right to 5, kicking Warrick Stuart out. So look at these times. We've got almost less than a second between first and 10th position.
Yeah, right through from first till 13th is only 2 seconds, so it is really, really close.
First corner is going to be sorry, Melvin?
Admin's deciding that they're going to do a running start instead of a standing start due to turn 1. So they will be actually, the official start will be down the back straight towards the last turn.
Be an interesting one there. That first corner is going to make for a big battle. You know, we always say Div 2 is the cleaner guys and Div 3 is the heated guys, but I don't think it's going to happen tonight, Melvin. I don't think that.
Tonight's going to be tricky. I don't think there's going to be. It's going to be a matter of survival. I know these guys always try to keep it clean, but it's the track is so narrow and it's so tricky. It's going to go wrong. I mean, that is it. There is no two ways about it, and I think everybody has pretty much made peace with it. The racing is so close that contact will be there, and let's just hope it runs smooth.
With that, let's quickly go to our sponsor here and see what the guys at JP Hydraulics is on about. Alrighty, Melvin, we are back here now. What a nice family. Like we said in every race, you know, without guys like JP Hydraulics and supporting their racing team and supporting and keeping racing in general alive in Namibia and in the Southern Africa, no, without these guys, it's not going to happen. So here we go, on to the race. We've got a great lineup. Nadia Peterson in pole position, followed by Yassine Manuel. Those guys are going to battle it out. Jay de Villiers is hard on their tails, and then Tommy Leary, he's in a good position. He likes to be in number 4. He likes that position. Warrick is going to make his way through. Yeah, he does. Jan Gous is going to come through. Brilliant for him to finish in 7th. But Ivan Karamarka, James Lee Senior, Wimpy de Beer, brilliant for him to wrap up the top 10. Then Johan Niemand, he's always a good favourite of ours. Michael Russ, the ever so upcoming legend there in Namibia Motorsport himself. And then our female driver, our only one, Karen's pride and joy, little Joni Lee. She's there. But Melvin, lights are on. Let's see what's happening. Take us on.
Yeah, well, as I said, they're going to wait for Peter to come through in the pace car. He'll lead them around. Once they get to the back straight, as soon as he gets off the brakes, it will be go, go, go. So, as we can just see, the light has gone. We're just waiting for Peter to come through.
Just jump to the pits and get my car off the road immediately before we have trouble again. There we go, off the line they go. We've got the GB Hydraulics, GB Truck body scores, first, second and pole position now. Followed there by Mr. Jay de Villiers. He's a good one where he wants to be. I see there was already some changes happening between Jay de Villiers. I think he was late off the line and he needs to make his way back now because he's now currently went to 5th and to 4th. Going to make interesting, Melvin. I'm nervous as hell here.
Yeah, it's going to be a tight race. As I said, hopefully they keep it. These guys are known to be clean every single race for the last couple of weeks. So in both divisions, the BTCC and the Polo Cups, they've given us some really, really close racing, and
there's
hopefully
already contact.
there's
Yassine. There's contact, huge, Yassine. That was huge contact with Peterson, and he's taken Jay out as well. Don't join the track, so buddy. He's going to make more
I don't know
accidents.
what exactly happened there. I reckon Warrick will make a call and restart the race with immediate effect.
So Yassine is busy taking back his position.
He's coming back into position, yeah.
Oh, that's fine. It was just as I went into the SRA bend there, Yassine and Nadia just had a little bit of a contact and Yassine just lost it completely. So these tyres are ice cold. It does replicate tyre conditions. So yeah, you know, the car doesn't have the best of grip as they come through on their formation laps. And we've seen this numerous times already. Jay de Villiers is now making his way back as well. You can see him there waving through. What a nice thing for these guys to do this, waiting for each other to get back. Yeah, Peter's now check this JP Hydraulics GTI pulling out. But anyway, Tommy Leary coming in through, splitting the pack there. He's jumped up right into pole position now. Tommy Leary is taking first as he's gone through. That worked out so well for him. Up the JP Hydraulics main straight. We've got Tommy Leary there, almost in a GB truck body sandwich now. Nadia Peterson on to pass, and he's regained his position. 1, 2, and 3 into the corner. Let's see what's going to happen, Melvin. This is racing.
This is the tricky one. We all read it, so let's hope all of them gets clean through here.
That is it, yeah. Yassine lost his car again. Huge action. JWS, Warrick, Stuart can make contact. Both of them are out. Warrick cannot lose this race. This is costing him. Look at him waiting for Johnny Lee to pass so he can regain this track safely. Unfortunately for him, that's going to cost him yearly in this championship, and I think he needs some good points here.
Warrick was concerned about that corner the whole time through practice. He didn't get a lot of practice this weekend. He was out most of the weekend. So, yeah, it's unlucky for him right in the first lap going off there. As I said, that's going to be the corner that's going to make or break it. And, yeah, as we saw, didn't go all too well for him. But Tommy running a very, very good second place here with a sandwich in between the two GB body cars.
Tommy Leary is good in this position. He likes that number 4th. He always is good there. And then now we've got Gous in 4th, and he's going to capitalize because he's going to come under big pressure now from James Cook. James Cook is going to put something on him, and then he's being chased down by James Lee Senior, who's don't put him off. This guy might still jump up to 3rd. Look at him. He's going to run like a mean. Then we've got Wimpy de Beer, also quite a new driver with us. I think it's also in his 3rd or 4th race. And yeah, look at this. He's going very, very widely. James Lee Senior onto 2 wheels as I go through the Volvo Cars bend. Onto 2 wheels. That's such a renowned position for a VW Polo Cup.
Yeah, Kian slowly catching up with Yassine and Tommy. It seems like Nathan is starting to pull a gap. He is definitely the quickest driver out there. So if he can just keep his head clean, he might actually take this one with, well, a lot of time still left. Anything can happen, but Nathia definitely the man to beat at this stage.
A big fight now between Michael Russ coming down with Sean Webber as he's pushing Sean a little bit wide there to the pit stream. Back straight they go, side by side action. Melvin, they are going hard on the brakes now. Let's see who's got the better balls to get through this corner. Hard on the brakes on the inside. Michael Russ is now trying to take it. Sean Webber on the outside, he's closing the gap in. Warrick is just looking at them and saying, guys, if you touch each other, I'm through. Warrick is now pushing in, and I think he's going to split this pack. Look at them going up the JP Hydraulics main straight now. 3 cars. Look at this. I just saw something. Nadia Peterson just set a 106. Fastest time.
Yeah, I think that might be a glitch.
That was fast. If that's 106, this is the fast time. But anyway, into the Volvo Cars bend here, you can see these 3 aside. Warrick Stewart running a little bit wide as he's overtaken Michael Russ there. Sean Webber still hard on it, and Michael Russ wheel spinning as he's going down the RS Freight Services back straight, or let's call it the backdrop to the SRA bend here. Melvin, they go out of action, and Johnny Lee is still not out of it. Look at this stick. She is sitting right onto these guys' back.
Massive battle going on there for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th as well. The guys all over each other.
I know you've
but
got
still keeping it really clean.
Nadia now running away with this, and then we've got Tommy Leary now being hard under pressure with Gous. Keon made a brilliant move there. Yassina's all over him, and little Keon must actually watch out because Yassina's heated tonight. He needs to finish there to get this championship and win this championship. So
well, he needs the points, yeah.
He needs the points, but you know what? Racing is racing, and you can't just let somebody through because he needs the points. Look at this, Yassine onto 2 wheels. Oh, now onto Keon. Had a backside bump there, and that is taken. Who was it? James Crook out of the action there. It shows you can never outbreak yourself.
Always.
Yeah, these guys got to be looking out for it. Tommy Leary under big pressure. Keon is putting pressure onto Yassine. That's the way he wants. I think Tommy is happy with that. Let Yassine back off a little bit here.
Yeah, Tommy is definitely making that polo as wide as possible. He's got some with his mom racing, his sister racing, himself in the motorsport background. He knows what he's doing, and Yeah, he's making it very hard for the guys. All the meantime, Nathan is just putting away every single lap and having a jolly at the front.
Nathan now is also on 4 push-to-passes, already at 4.6 seconds. Lead 4.8 as they go onto the almost 5 seconds now as they go onto the JP Hydraulics main straight. It shows you that when you start battling the cars or start fighting the cars behind you, you do slow down. And I think that was what Tommy and Keon was doing now. I think Keon, well done for him for regaining that position. Like you said, he is hot-headed, but what a good drive. Look at these Polos siding in here. They are almost taking over Mr. Christopher Long's title as Drift Champion South Africa as these guys go into the Volvo cars sideways, almost at 30-degree angles, Melvin.
Yeah, they are really pushing it. I mean, so far as I said, I expected a lot more incidents, but the guy's really running a very, very good race now, and with 9 minutes to go, anything can still happen.
Yeah, big fight now at the back as well with, oh no, we've got the beer that spun out. Wimpy the beer spun out. That course now, Warrick Stuart. And also, Warrick Stuart just jumped to the pits. He's back out now. So that was a huge accident between Wimpy and Warrick. And even James Crook had a bit of a misfortune there. And Johan Niemand also, he's currently 30 seconds behind. But, you know, it's nice to see him regaining and still being in the race, you know, not giving up. That's what we want. Back to the front, Mike. We've got more battles here. Michael Russ, big battle with Sean Weber as they go through the bitstream back. Look here, hard on the braking. Sean on the inside. Michael's trying the undercut. Let's see if he's got it. There we go. Michael making his stick there. That orange bumper has now got some grey from the GB car paint on it. And look at Joni. With all these guys getting testosterone up and hitting each other all over the show, Joni Lee's actually managed to get into 7th.
Yeah, massive accident there between Tommy and Keon. That was quite a big one there.
We saw Keon now jumping all the way to 9th. Tommy Leary is back into 4th. So I think Tommy didn't do so much of that, but yeah, poor Keon, he was all the way back now. Another accident, James Crook also there in that first corner. I think we've seen it. These guys going to the first corner, like we said, at a 30-degree angle, almost drifting through it. And I think that's where James Cook has got that little slight disadvantage, Melvin, because he's on the controller. You do not have that small car corrections that you can make.
The way he's driving with the controller is really unbelievable. Of course, it is very, very hard to drive on a controller, and he's doing a tremendous job doing that on a controller.
And we've got Jan Gous in the Coastal Auctions car here, all the way from Walvis Bay, chasing hard down onto Wimpy de Beer. Michael Russ is still settling into his position. I think he's thoroughly enjoying that car. And like as we said that, Joni Lee's in 6th. I think this is going to be one of our best finishes with 7 minutes to go. I mean, we're only halfway down this race, so let's not count our chickens yet. But, you know, in this pure, I think this car that, yeah, there we go, pure romance with a little bit of a naughty monkey there on the side. And then, I don't know what says at the back of a car, but it is Vafakulu or something. I don't know what that means.
Yeah, it's actually a pretty nasty Italian swear word from what I understand.
Well, apologies for that one, I didn't know. But in any way, as she's going there, oh, 2 cars, Joni Lee, hey, you almost lost it there. Just keep up, you're doing very well. She's now chasing down her brother, Tommy Leary. De Villiers settled back into 4th, Melvin, and then look at this. Mr. James Leach Sr. is in 3rd.
Yeah, Mr. Consistency. I think he's busy taking over the title from Warrick. Warrick, for obvious reasons, struggling a bit tonight. He said he's not going to be a happy man back there, so not a lucky night for him tonight.
All the way to the front, we've got Nadia Peterson now. He's running almost 6 seconds, 5.5 away from Yassine. I think with 6 minutes to go, Nadia just got to get there. You know, he's still got 4 push-to-passes to go. And he needs to be there. Look at this, James Leach Sr. just overtaken Yassine Manuel. That's put him into 2nd. We called it, you know, we said to this guy, don't go and worry. He will jump to the top again. He's a good driver. The whole family is good drivers, but he's doing super well, and it's so nice to see him back. Yassine is still in the pound seats, you know, with 3rd position. You know, he's actually leading Nadia, so yeah, Nadia should take it, and then Yassine will capitalize on this. I don't know if Warrick will be able to regain his championship from 30th position, and then Tommy Leary as well. He's now in 3rd, and into 5th. It's going to make it quite tight on the top between Nadia, Tommy, and Yassine Melvin. But wait, who I didn't see, James Leach Senior started in 4th on the championship. Being in 2nd position, that might take him to the top of the leaderboard.
So the championship basically is going to go down to the wire, which is some brilliant
go
stuff.
Down to either James Leach Senior in this position as they are, or Nadia Peterson, one of those, but it's going to be very, very, very close. Very close. So it's lucky to have this. Oh, look at this. Another car there. Well, we had some lag on my side actually. Technology. But the days we rely on internet, that's a problem we've got. But anyway, we can see Ivan Karamarka, huge accident, Melvin. He just had a 2,360, almost a 720 spin now in that first corner. Like you predicted, Volvo Bend is the widowmaker tonight, so to speak.
Yeah, it is killing the cars. You literally, if you pick up someone there, you don't even try to make a move there. But I mean, once you get behind the wheel, all sense goes out the window, and yeah.
Look at this. We've got Nadia Peterson, 10.7 seconds, 11 seconds leads onto James Leach Senior. So remarkable drive. I mean, this is just remarkable from him to jump up with a 10-second lead on Tony Rust. I mean, that's not seen. Oh well, we haven't seen that yet in the virtual road.
Yeah, he definitely, the practice has paid off well, and he is definitely flying now.
Oh, we've got a bad lag spike there, so sorry for the viewers that will jump around a bit, and as we should settle in now again. James Leach is still in 2nd position. Yassine Manuel is pushing hard now. He's trying to get his position back. I think he's heard us saying we might end up, and he's now gunning for that 2nd position very hard. 0.3 of a second behind James Leach Senior. This point.
Yeah, the back, I see Michael Rust has gone off. Don't know what exactly happened there. It looks like he went into the infield just before the dip, so not sure if he's still running or whether he has called it a day. He was running up quite high, and then...
Ooh, huge accident. Look at this. Yes, as we had Ivan Karamarka, this just went... He went so far into the Volvo corner, I think he's already almost in another town. I think he's almost on the Angolan border there.
Yeah, that is, as you said, that's a tricky corner, and there's a little bump there that if you hit it, it just throws you off way off track.
With all the action now, Michael Rust, like you mentioned, he's just cruising. I'm looking at his speed, doing 110, 120. He's not pushing super hard now, but he was lapped by James Leach Senior. And then 2 surprising ones. We've got Johan Niemand, who was right at the back. He's down into 9th again. And then our very own female in 5th. Joni Leah settling lucky into 5th with 1 minute to go.
I think that's going to be her best result to date, if not mistaken.
It will definitely be, and I think that's where she needs to be. That's where she wants to be, and it's going to be a hell of an ego booster. A hell of an ego booster.
Yeah, I mean, she deserves it. She's been putting in the practice every single day, and just come from strength to strength to strength, and getting quicker and quicker as she gets used to the sim itself.
Nadia Peterson now stretched himself up onto a 12-second gap now, Melvin, as they go into CCB. 1 minute to go, bitstream back straight now. He's going to now actually... He should bring it home. He should finish off there where he is. James Leach Senior, he was under big pressure from Yassine Manuel, but Yassine lost it again and dropped all the way to 8th position. So, yeah, I think if it was a bit of a consistency matter, Yassine could have regained his position at top 3. Jade Villiers, after that huge accident with Warrick Stuart, he's gone back into 3rd. So, yeah, it's lucky to see him back on the top where he started. And then Tommy Leary will take in 4th finish, followed by his sister, and that's a lucky finish of 4-5 for the Mosses there. And we've got Vimpy 6. Kiana's now should bring it home into 7th. Yassine Manuel, like we said, into 8th. Johan Niemann, brilliant drive now as he's starting to battle Sean Webber, but I think Sean is actually, Sean's going to be lapped. So he can actually you should get a blue flag. There we go. So we can see Sean just pulling off and letting Johan go through. What sportsmanship we've got there. So good drive from them.
Looking at the positions and stuff, I mean, if you take a look at Kian, he got out of the pit after his massive accident. And he hasn't actually passed any cars on track, but he's gone up to 7th place. So a lot of mistakes being made actually tonight.
That's it. We can see now Warrick Stuart, unfortunately for him, it looks like he has retired to the pits, as we can see these two JP hydraulic cars, and what a beautiful car this VW GTI is of them. But anyway, 2 laps to go. The leaders got. Let's see what they're going to do. As you can see, Nadia Peterson just starting off his last lap, and I think for his sake we need to watch his last lap. He's just done such a good drive. I mean, look at this guy just taking us for a drive onto Tony Rust in clockwise direction.
Yeah, he's literally cruising it home now, and I think he deserves it. That's going to be his first win with us. He's always been quick and just hasn't had the luck. And I think he deserves this one. It's going to be a big one for him.
Yeah, let's see how he's going to take into race 2, because race 2 we will have a reverse order start where the 2 main battlers for this race will be Yassine Manuel and Nadia Peterson. Nadia will start in 8th, and Yassine Manuel should start in 1st as a reverse order from now. So it's going to make an interesting one with the Nadia in 8th position. Jan should just jump up 1 position, and then we'll have James Leach also in the back there. So it's going to make a lucky one. As you see, Nadia Peterson, well done to you, buddy, flashing those lights, taking the win. Brilliant win for him. 15 seconds on Tony Rust is a good achievement. Up now the JP Hydraulics main straight, we've got James Leach Senior coming through as he's going to take it, and you can see in the back there is still a battle running between De Villiers and Tommy Leary. So here we go, Jay De Villiers is coming right across the line. Tommy Leary is just about to also cross the line there, and then into 5th position into the main straight now, Tony Lee Marcham. Well done for you, madam. 5th position for you, that's great. Followed by Melvin.
Yeah, she's getting closer to that well-deserved podium, and I can guarantee you she'll be there very, very soon.
That's it. And on that final lap, Kian set the fastest lap of the race at 109.3. So well done to him. Bumpy De Beer brought it in 7th. We've got Yassine Manuel in 8th. Johan Niemann in 9th. James Crook just finished in 10th. Michael Rust will take it home in 11th. Then we've got Webber in 12th. Warrick Stuart will bring it down in 13th, but he was 3 laps behind, so it's an unfortunate for him, but like we said, you do score the points based on your finish over 2 races, not just 1.
Yeah, the second race is going to be a bit more hectic with the fast guys starting at the back, although you can't really call them fast because they're about a second apart from each other. So it's one thing to be quick, it's another thing to pass, and that's when Nathan played his cards right, and he literally just ran away from the field, taking a good win, and I really deserve that.
Now, as we see Warrick Stuart and JP Hydraulics now bringing it back home into the JP Hydraulics main straight, going through the line there, and what a finish there. Nadia Peterson just doing his victory lap as well, so nice for him. And yeah, Melvin, that brings us to our end of our first race. What nice action we had, Tony Rust clockwise.
Yeah, it was one hell of an event. As I said, they tried to keep it clean, but as you saw, turn 1, just not a forgiving corner. And I think that's when most guys paid the price.
We can see Nadia just coming up to Yassine and just giving her a little bit of a nudge, saying to him, let's keep it clean for race 2. But now we've got our main sponsor and just overtaken us. Yeah, but anyway, there we go. Our main sponsor car, JP Hydraulics, car 32, Warrick Stuart, championship leader. Let's see what he's going to do in race 2. Normally, Melvin, you know this guy. He's quite consistent. He's super good. But when he's under pressure like this is where his true colors come out.
Yeah, definitely. He is one of a kind when it comes to pressure, and he really flies on pressure.
I think it just was an unfortunate incident between him and Jay de Villiers there in turn 1, in lap 1, that pushed him out. Otherwise, this would have been a different race. But anyway, Melvin, let's quickly go and see what the guys there at JP Hydraulics, look at their shop. This is what Melvin experienced when he...
Okay, guys, welcome back. Well, up for race 2, and we see Yassine Manuel taking it on pole there. Wimpy de Beer starting in second. Kian in third. Reverse grid, basically. Not sure if Warrick has made it all the cars or just the top 8 or 10. I'm not very sure there, so I'm a bit in the dark there. Charles just quickly went for the first quencher, so he should be back shortly and taking us into race 2. As we see the guys getting ready. Again, they will do another formation lap. Down the back straight is where the actual start will be, and then for 15 minutes and one lap, it's going to be all racing.
Yeah, racing is racing, and I think in this race, you know, you can see Peter coming through here, taking him for the formation lap, but it's so nice. I must admit to you, Melvin, I really enjoyed Tony Rust. I wish maybe in my lifetime I can actually experience this track. I think you guys are really blessed in Namibia to have such a motoring legend in your midst, and I'm pretty sure, like we've spoken to him last time as well, what he's done for the community, what he's done for motor racing, and so many motor racers are looking up to him. You know, we've seen photos where when Mr. Tony just comes there and he starts talking, everybody just like starts gathering around him and quiet and listening to him. So that is what legends are made of.
Yeah, that is. He's a very nice guy, and to actually meet up with him, to drive the track in real life as well, is just something different. It is absolutely brilliant. And we see again into the dip, some contact made there by the guys low down the field. So not sure why they keep messing up there, but it seems like that they've got an issue with turning left, as it's the only left-hander on the track.
Not just some races, Melvin. It happened last week in Formula 1 as well. So as they go down the pit stream back straight now, we're going to have Yassine Manuel leading the pack from Wimpy de Beer and Kion. And if Kion is clever, I think he should jump the outside and do a huge undercut onto these guys. Kion just a little bit there, jumping up now, I think, onto Wimpy. But there we go. Peter pulling off into the Yassine. Kion, just brilliant start from him, taking into second position, and that's followed now by Wimpy de Beer, Tommy Leary. Yet again, Mr. Leary is into fourth position. That's where he likes to be. That is his signature move. He's going to be chased hard by his sister. Look at Kion Gous down the main straight now. He's under push to pass. He should take Yassine. Let's see if he's going to make a stick. And his car's going in, almost side by side. Action happening here. Look at this, Tommy Leary, Wimpy de Beer. Tommy is taking him on the inside. They're pushing hard. Tommy Leary has now made his stick. Joni Lee just starting out there. Almost a little bit of a contact there between her and Nadia Peterson. Nadia already, Melvin, onto 6th position.
Oh, he's got the pace and he knows it, so he's got to make the best of what he has. And I think he's gaining a lot of time in turn 1.
Melvin, unfortunate. Warrick Stuart has gone off. His car is crippled. I'm looking at his car now. His back suspension is actually dropped. He can't drive that car. He can't. That car was standing like a car here in the East End. More lower down the back than the front. But anyway, now contact almost between Yassine Manuel and Gous, as Keon was hard under braking there. Keon now, as a first-time youngster driver, taking this position, and you know, he should do it. If he's like Mr. Richie Slamet, give this guy pole, give him open air, and he runs away with it. So I think that's going to make for an interesting battle.
Yeah, Yassine he is pretty aware that he needs to score big, so he is really pushing hard to get that position back. And I think we're up for a good race here, if you ask me.
Oh, this blue VW Polo from Coastal Auctions, you know, he's controlling this car so well. And I must commend him. I think he should have got him in way earlier. But it's nice to see him, Melvin. It's really nice to have a father-son thing happening there. Yassine Manuel as well. He's into 2nd position. Tommy Leary now made his way into 3rd. He's chasing a hard down. Don't write him off yet. He's still got 5 push to passes left. The top players only 4. Then Peter Beers in 4th. Jay de Villiers is settling in lucky now in 5th position. Johnny Lee, as we say that, contact now. Johnny Lee, Michael Rust is off. 2 GB cars. Huge accident there. I think Crook is also, James Crook is also off. So that's unfortunate. Again, but I think that was just between into the SRA bend that happened.
Yeah, that's Michael, one of the faster drivers, but again, luck hasn't been with him as he's still getting used to the sim, and also he has had some PC gremlins. I'm not sure if they have sorted it for tonight. But yeah, the luck definitely not on his side these last couple of races.
Warrick Stuart making his way up, him and Michael Rust having a huge dice as they go down into the Volvo Cars Namibia bend or corner, as we can say it. Oh, there's another car that's off. Who just jumped off? Ooh, what? Look at Michael Rust. He was running sideways, drifting 90 degrees as they're going through there. Unfortunate for him, he's really battling. Look at him into the pits, spinning out there between the cars, splitting, almost getting a lollipop man. So yeah, he is now fuming as he's going to go out there. I don't Michael actually get that. Thanks, Mark.
He's got a temper. It takes long for him to lose it, but
he comes across as this nice, calm gentleman, and you know, he earned a lot of respect from us and our commentators. Back in the front now, Keon Gous into 1st position, making his run onto Yassine Manuel. Tommy Leary is trying his best to catch them, but he's still 2.5 seconds behind. Jay de Villiers settling luck into 4th. Janie Lee is in 5th. She's going to come under huge pressure now from Nadia. Let's have a look at this battle. We've got Nadia now chasing down onto Janie Lee. Into the Volvo bend they go. Janie Lee's hard on the brakes. Let's see if Nadia going to come through. Down to only 0.8 of a second now. A little bit of understeer onto Nadia's car. Into the RS Freight Services backdrop now. Into SRA, a dip. And I must admit, that little barrier is much easier in clockwise direction than anti-clockwise.
Yeah, that was a gremlin in the other way around, and a lot of guys took that barrier out.
Oh,
so people decided to move it a bit.
Yeah, no, it was a little bit of a bumper killer, so to speak. Look at this, Nadia put in hard on the back of Janie Lee. Let's see who's got under braking, who's going to do. Nadia going in the inside, Janie Lee, almost just. She's let him go through. Well done for you. That is another respectful move from her. She knows she's not in the championship running, but Nadia is. But she's not making it easy for him. That's the way we like it. Yeah, now settling lucky into 7th as well. Sorry, Melvin.
I think Joni is she's enjoying it now. She's recently got a rig that Tommy built her, and she is thoroughly enjoying some racing now that she's got the rig and she's set up properly and getting to grips with everything.
Yeah, 2 last man stands cars is chasing each other down here. We've got James Leach Senior. We've got actually 3, if I'm not mistaken. No, We've got Sean Webber just splitted these two cars, but we've got Ivan Karamarka, then we've got James Leach Senior and Sean Webb that's fighting here as well. I think Ivan is a little bit behind James Leach if I'm looking at this. Definitely they have lapped him. But anyway, Warrick Stuart is now settling into 11th. I don't know if it's too early to call, but if he finishes at 11th, well, mind you, we saw in race 1 how the guys just keep falling off the track. So maybe Warrick, the racing gods can still be on your side, my friend.
I think in the end it's going to come. If you look at the top championship contenders at this stage, he's running in 2nd, 3rd and 4th. So it is. You can't really call it at this stage, to be honest.
You've got Yassine Manuel 2nd, Tommy Leary 3rd, Nadia Peterson. Jada Villiers, where is he sitting currently? No, he's in 10th, so he's not really, there's too much for him. So he's not really in there. Johnny Lee, Johan Niemann, James Lee Senior is still in there. So, yeah, we've got 2, 3, 5, 8, and 11th. That's pretty much our big battles that's happening now for this championships. And, yeah, it's going to be an interesting. Where's Maurizio? I haven't seen Maurizio out.
He sadly couldn't make it tonight, so that's got to throw him out of the running.
Because he was sitting in 6th position, and 50 points could have. 50 points wouldn't have helped him, but he's there. And then our good friend Altamish Muhammad, don't see him as well from tonight. So, yeah, there's a couple of guys that's definitely being missed. That's not here. We think about the youngster. Shame, I remember now in the last race we had Richie Slamet that was actually had a brilliant race, almost like Ion. And I hopefully your son did put some fuel in, because unfortunately Richard ran out last time, and we've seen it so many times happening in race 2. The guys are so heated, get on the track, they do forget that 1 or 2. Always run out like 10 or 20 meters before the start-finish line.
Yeah, the thing comes in with especially with a rolling start and then 15 minutes or 17 minutes plus 1 lap. They tend to forget that 1 lap and they underfill the cars, trying to make it as light as possible. So what we did is we filled Kian's car, overfilled it basically. Rather play it safe than sorry.
Or something like that. You need to, like you say, rather safe than sorry. You might run. No, it's not even a second. It's like a split second slower. But like these guys drive, or they just you need to be on the racing line. You quickly absorb that split second. But anyway, back to this magnificent track, Tony Rust in Namibia. Jan Gous, one of the newest Namibian stars up and coming, is now leading the pack here. And you remember when Div 1, we will see the likes of a couple of Namibians, actually. Namibia's favourite son, Adrian, now will feature there. Then we will have yours truly, Mr. Melvin Gous, that will also run there. And then we will have, who else is in there? Bono, Jason, Auri, Carl, Inlu.
I think it's only the 2 of us.
Chase. So yeah, it's only the 2 of you guys. So you've got big pressure now on supporting and actually keeping up Namibia's flag, Melvin.
Now you're putting pressure on us.
No, it's not pressure, Melvin. It's just you guys are there and you need to support your country. Country supports you. Anyway, now back 5 minutes to go. We've got Jan Gous is leading 2.8 seconds onto Yassine Manuel. Jay de Villiers 3.8 seconds behind him. And it's nice to see Jay back. He's had so much trouble this week with his PC as well, and he was out of it.
Yeah, this strange enough, the track uses a lot of frames, and that has seen guys struggling a bit. So
yeah,
it all depends on the mod you're using and where you're racing. So we see Peter going offline. They're probably getting ready for his race. Also, one of the fast guys to look out for tonight in Division 1.
Peter Grober is currently 3rd in the championship runnings now. But let's look at Nadia Peterson. He is putting pedal to the metal now, chasing Tommy Leary a hard down, 0.2 of a seconds between these guys. Who's going to make it into CCB? Who's got the balls? Who's got the grip? And who's got the pedal? Yeah, Tommy Leary hard under pressure, bumper to bumper action into the bitstream, back straight. Now they go. Tommy Leary looking left. left, looking right. Where is he going to go? What is Nathia going to do? Nathia's probably going to... There we go, on the right-hand side. They're getting down hard on the brakes. Nathia on the inside, Tommy on the outside. Who's going to make it stick? Tommy's getting hard out there. And, yeah, side by side, a little bit of a bumping there. I don't think any one of them's got a mirror left. But anyway, now they're still going, Melvin. They are side by side coming up here. We've got ADVERTS now almost in the way of 3 and 4th position now. Side by side action. They're going down into the Volvo corner. Nathia's taken Tommy the inside. Tommy's not giving out. Still action here. Side. Oh, look at these guys. They are 30 degrees sideways. Tommy on the outside now trying to come in. We've got bumper action. Tommy undercut him. Melvin, this is crazy. Tommy is now hard under pressure. Nathia is trying his best. He needs to make it stick. Remember, these guys are racing basically numbers 2nd and 3rd. The list is now fighting for this position. Nathia is now settling in lacquer here on 4th. But Tommy is not letting him go. Tommy has got 3 push-to-passes left and Nathia none. So Tommy can still capitalize and benefit here, Melvin. That push-to-pass does make a big difference.
Yeah, especially on this track with uphill, it makes one heck of a difference. And Tommy must just remember he's running high in the championship. So rather let Nathia go and go for the points instead of taking yourself out of the race.
Oh, but Nathia is also in the championships, remember. Nathia is just 1 or 2. Nathia is actually, let me quickly have a look here, 230 versus 250. He's only 10 points or 15 points behind Tommy Leary. So whoever finishes in 3rd or 4th is going to beat the other one. Look at Tommy now. Yes, he's drifting this car here. Tommy is now out. He's taking himself and he's taking Nathia out. Tommy is... Oh, he's lost that car. He's drifted on the inside of Volvo corner and he's lost the car. That tank swiped him and he's taken Nathia on right across the bumper. But luckily for that, Nathia has still regained his position. He's only lost about 3 seconds, but he's still settling in 4th. I think Tommy Leary is livid.
Yeah, that was exactly what I was reading. Just pushing too hard for position and yeah, taking yourself out of contention in the championship.
It's that little rumble strip there on Volvo bend, you know, Melvin on the inside. He just went there, he clipped it on the back wheels and the car just went right and then tank slapped him to the left and he was straight across onto Nathia Peterson. So yeah, Tommy, unfortunately for you, my bud, I think you've lost it there, but yeah, you're in 7th still. You still might score some good points there. And now, Tommy, you need to chase down your sister with Mr. Weber right behind you and Warrick Stuart. Now to the top we jump. Yassine Manuel has just taken Keon Gous. What is happening, Keon? He's just started losing time.
You call that brain fade.
Brain fade. Anyway, Keon, get it together, buddy. I've actually got money on you. Huey, Alvin, I bet you $10 your son will win.
Commentator's curse.
I've got money on him. Anyway, Keon is going there. He's in 2nd position. Yassine Manuel slightly losing it. He's getting 1.1, but Keon's got 2 push-to-passes. Looks like it left, and Yassine's got 0. So if Keon can, with 1 minute to go, or 1 minute and 2 laps to go, if he uses this cleverly, and you can see him there activating 1 now, if he uses this cleverly, he should regain about 0.4 of a second onto Yassine. So let's see how this race is going to end up now. Yassine Manuel's taking it as he's going down this hill into the Volvo car's bend. Yassine Manuel 1st position, Keon Gous in 2nd. ADVERTS is now bringing it back down. And then I'm looking here at Wimpy de Beer. He's still got 4 push-to-passes left. I don't think he's got a button map.
I think the guys actually forget about the push to pass. They get carried away in the race so much they forget about it sometimes. I mean, it's happened to me before.
Oh, now we've got the big action at the back. Warrick Stuart hard on the Tommy Leary. I think Tommy's car's badly damaged. I can't see anything, but you can see the way he's handling, and Warrick Stuart is just slightly catching him. Look at this. SRA bend. Warrick is closing down on Tommy Leary now as well. So there's going to be another French battle as we see Yassine Manuel now going through the start-finish. He's got 2 laps basically to go, and let's see who's going to take that. But it should finish the way they are. I see now Gous has got 0 push-to-passes and Yassine's still got 1. So yeah, I think the cards is in his favour. But in any way, Jan just need to finish where he is. That's my money is safe. Familiari now going into the final turn. Warrick, Stuart and the JP Hydraulics cars hard under pressure with him, and they're both chasing down Johnny Lee. Johan Niemand is sitting in fifth. What a race from him from his recovery. And remember, we're going to see his son in Div 1, Gerrit Niemand, that will also be competing there. And he's not slow as well. Another big action now on the final lap. We've got Yassine Manuel and Keon Gous battling head-to-head action as they're going up here onto the hill, blind hill into CCB, hard on the brakes. Keon is taking it. He's almost drifting this car. Keon, come on, my bud. I'm going to turn my 10 rand into a 20 bucks soon from your dad. They're going down bitstream, back straight now. Yassine has retaken that under push to pass conditions, but I think Keon's going to be undercutting him. Yeah, let's see what Keon's going to do. On the outside, wide, he's cutting it. Yassine is running a little bit wide there. That has given Yassine has given Gous the opportunity now. Side by side action. Who's going to take it? Yeah, we're looking at this bumper view. They're going through, and Yassine is coming up, and we've got Keon Gous that's taken his win. Well done. Well done. That was such a photo finish, Melvin. We had less than a bumper space between these two guys.
Yeah, I'm a bit ecstatic here. Well done there, guys.
Well done, buddy. As you can see, these cars going all boss now. They are actually now. Look at this. Johan Niemand has joined this parade of Wreckfest now. Johnny Lee brings it on him 6. So what a finish for this lady. We had a 5th position and a 6th position. Tommy Leary, he brought it back home in 7th. And we've got Weber in 8th, Warrick, Stuart in 9th, Ivan Karamarka. Oh, we can see him causing a little bit of accident in 10th. Michael Russ now cruising his way down bitstream back straight for the final time.
Yeah, that was what a way to finish off Division 2. A really close finish. We've actually got Yassine here, so let's see if he wants to talk to us. Yassine.
Yeah.
Close finish there, buddy.
That was insane. Kian put pressure on me on the last corner and I couldn't handle it. That was bad. He gave me a love tap there as well, so that added to that. But very, very well done to Kian. That was insane. I enjoyed it.
You had us on the edge here, buddy. That was one heck of a last lap. Really, really well done on tonight, and not such a good race. One for everybody, but race 2 definitely one for the books.
Yassine, overall, how did you find the VW Polo Cup?
This competition was a very good introduction to sim racing, because I just started sim racing at the beginning of the year, and this was the first league that I entered and I won it, which is insanity. But I really appreciate like the organizers, the clerks, admin, all those things, because I know personally that this is tough to organize, to get people together, to get things on time, servers up and running. It's very difficult, but it was very, very, very nice.
It's a pleasure from our side as the admins, Yassine, and thanks for you guys that actually does join us in our leagues, because without you guys, there is nothing actually for us. But as we wrap up now the VW Polo Cup, we'll see you in our next league. That's where we need to be. Let's just see if we can get in else. Maybe who else we should get in? What about Warrick? Let's see if Warrick can bring in.
Yassine.
Warrick.
Yeah.
We just had a chat to Yassine. What a drive between you guys. What happened there, my bud?
A little bit unfortunate. I was struggling with the setup of the car. Couldn't get the rear end to stay nice and planted on the track with all the little bumps and everything. And I just tend to lose it. But yeah, it was a remarkable drive coming back from the back. I really enjoyed that, battling through the guys, even though I was a lap down. It was a lot of fun.
Oh, no, it was good action. We saw a lot of racing tonight, and we just said it from admin side. It's a little bit of a breather. This championship was keeping us on our toes, and the leaderboards was changing daily, so it was lacquer.
Yeah, the Div 2 leaderboards is very, very close. Actually, I think we can congratulate Yassine for taking the championship, because I know there was only 5 points difference between myself and him.
Oh.
So obviously having two way better races on the final race, I think he's definitely taken it.
So he had a brilliant race, Tommy Leary, and then also Nadia. That was nice. But yeah, guys, we've got Div 1 coming up. Mr. Melvin Gous and Namibia's favorite son versus some of our South African top drivers of Peter Grobler and Christopher Long. And then, yeah, so it's going to be a battle of the best, so to speak. And Warrick, you're joining me, if I'm not mistaken.
As far as I know, Tommy will be commentating with you. I'll be driving the pace car.
I like it. That VW Golf GTI is a remarkable piece of equipment from JP Hydraulics. But anyway,
Yeah,
guys,
no, it's a very, very beautiful car to drive.
to the viewers as well, thanks for watching tonight. Stay tuned. We've only got about a 2-minute gap, and then we're going to be back with our divisional race coming up, Divisional 1, on the same link in the same street. So quickly run to the bathroom, get a coffee, get something to eat. We'll see you guys at about past, and we'll join the action. So that's from myself, Melvin Gous, and Warrick Stuart from the SRA side. Thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting us, and we'll see you in 2 minutes. Goodbye.
Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Party starter. Are you ready to go? I'm the party starter. Party starter. Party starter. Party starter. I'm the party starter. Everybody, let's go. I'm the party starter. Everybody, let's go.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. Here we've got the Divisional 1 guys, 30 seconds to go to their qualifying, and what a brilliant race we had in the Div 2 guys. With me here tonight, we've got Cape Town's favourite son, Mr. Tommy Leary, and yeah, Tommy, how did your race go?
I shall. Didn't go too well. Well, actually, it went well and also not well. Made a bit of stupid mistakes, had a bit of an incident in the first race. And the second race, like I said, made a bit of dumb mistakes, costing me my own race. But overall, didn't do too bad. Excellent racing, guys, kept it clean. But the track is extremely tricky, especially turn 1.
There we go, Tommy. These guys are out of these pits like little demons on a soul drive. But yeah, there we go. Renee Leach is also taking out John Hendry. We can see here Stewie Mack. Qualifying is about to start. And this is going to make a hell of a heated battle. Div 1 is always full of excitement.
Yes, that is for sure. They are close racing, they are rubbing, they are bumping. But let's hope for tonight that there won't be any major incidents out on the track.
So now we've got the Div 1 guys now running, and if we just quickly have a snooze or a browse at the Championship League actually there, let me go there, Championship standings for Divisional 1. We've got Namibia's favourite son, Adrian Null, on 570 points basically. Then followed there by Christopher Long from South Africa in second position. And remember, these two guys has always had a heated battle this whole league through. Then we've got Peter Grobler, which is surprisingly into the third position there. He's normally on the mid-pack in the BTCP runnings. But it's good to see SRA admin there as well. Then we've got two very good drivers, Valdus Swiggers and VW Corsa, which has made a name for themselves the last little bit. And you know, look at this. They've joined us from race 1, and yeah, they battling for the lead. Yeah, and then Melvin Gous is taking us into 6th position. Clinton Besonnet into 7th. James Leach and Renee Leach in the 8th and 9th, and then Mike McGeer from BWR Griffins wrapping up top 10. So yeah, Tommy, who do you think will take us in? Let's not say championship leaders, but who's got the best chance for tonight?
Well, if I have a look at how the practicing has been going this week and the times that has been put up by the drivers, it's definitely Adrian, Melvin Gous, and Peter Grobler that might be up in the front. As well as I see we've got Nati here as well, so we'll have to have a look and see how he does. The last time he was out of us on the track, he did very well. And then also Jan, who is a very proud Polo Cup races, so he should do very well on this track as well. But I don't want to be any commentator's curse, so we'll have to wait and see.
Now with time starting to come in now, you can see there surprisingly that we've got James Leach has just jumped all the way to 2nd, splitting Null and Long. But now with time's coming in, 2 minutes to go, you know, I think these guys are going to try and push 1 or 2 laps at least of flying laps in here. But it's going to be a heated battle. I mean, these guys are going to race and they're going to be aggressive. I don't know what to expect. I'm really If I know the Div 1 guys it's gonna be an interesting one, but let's see, maybe they surprise us. But now, times, let's quickly have a look, Tommy. Only guy in sub 110 is Adrian now, Namibia's favorite son. He's sitting at 109.7. Then we've got James Leach at 110.0. Then we've got Christopher Long coming in there at 110.3. Clinton Besodinov surprisingly jumped up into 4th position there, 110.4s. Then we've got Nati Masimanga in 110.5, who himself is also a VW Polo driver. Then Melvin Gous, you just saw his son had a brilliant race win in Div 2 now from Coastal Auctions. He brought it back, but Melvin is now sitting into 7th as Voldo kicks him out. Mike McGear is there all the way down into 10th now, but times are swapping and changing, Tommy, as we go along.
And you can see all these guys is putting up quite fast times, and the difference between the times is so little it you can't even count it or pronounce it. But
yeah, top 10 is less than a second.
Yes, it is. If I'm looking correctly, Adrian now is 109.7, and top 10 is 110.7. So it's basically a second that's the difference between them. So yeah, it's gonna be very close racing on this one.
We saw that, Tommy, with you guys also in Div 2, that the whole pack was basically a second apart. So that made for some clean racing. But you know what? This is heated battles. Yeah. I think Adrian Null is driving super hard. He wants to be on pole because I think he wants to have the lead into that corner 1. The second, third, and fourth places they're going to battle. But look at this now. We've got the 2 Namibians, Nal and Gous. Gous just almost did a 110 dead. So all the way to the top. Now the times are coming in thick and fast. Remy Leach just jumps to 4th. He's now done 109 dead again. So we've got Gous at 110.008, Leach at 110.028, Leach at 0.989. Then we've got Long, Swiggers, and Vaughan all sitting at 110.3s. And then we've got a couple of 110.4s. So yeah, this is going to be super tight, Tommy, and I do not want to be a spectator or somebody in turn 1. Turn 1's going to be a killer tonight.
Well, I have to admit, I'm quite excited but scared at the same time. That first turn, that's going to be a very interesting turn to watch in this division.
We've got basically the guys now. Welcome, Mr. Sean Lerero. Thanks for joining us tonight. He is battling a little bit in that Polo, but remember, he is a BTCC driver actually overall. Mike McGear brought it back into 14th. He's now going through our CCB corner as he's trying, but he's going to run out of time, unfortunately, there. But with that, let's quickly jump back and see what the guys there, JP Hydraulics, are going to put in stack for us. Alrighty, folks, there we saw the guys at JP Hydraulics, and like we said, thanks again to Alan for all of his sponsorship and what he does for motor racing in general. But now, big action is about to start. This is going to be a killer tonight. I don't know what to expect. I don't know where to go. But yeah, we've got Adrian Gous, Adrian Mel, and Melvin Gous that's going to battle.
Oh, that's quite interesting, that one, Adrian Gous. I wonder what those two will say about that.
Yeah, now, guys, with lights coming on, we're going to go to Warrick Stuart, who's going to take us for a formation lap around this track, and he will talk us through this. Oh, the guy's going. Look at this. The guys are thinking, no, this needs to be a race restart. We had Janne van der Westhuizen, John Henry Vaughan, and Nati that actually jumped the start there, and they were going into each other. Warrick?
All right, how's it going, Shaul?
Was good. Thanks, buddy. Take us there. What do you see?
Obviously coming down the start straight, this is very, very quick as you're coming to the right-hander. You'll see the guys in the Polo Cup will actually or run it through in 5th or gear it down to 4th gear. Coming through, being very tight, very bumpy. Definitely a place for a lot of accidents. As you're coming to the next right-hander, the second corner or the first corner, you'll go down to 3rd gear. You'll run this section out in 3rd gear. As you exit, you'll go up to 4th gear. Coming down the hill, if I'm not mistaken, I think this is CCB. Shaul, I don't know if you can correct me. You come 3rd gear.
Get my car off the track here. Tommy, just check your cars because these guys are fast.
As you go to the left-handed 3rd gear, shift up to 4th, coming up the hill.
Yeah, now we're entering CCB.
Keeping nice and clean. As you come to CCB, brake. As the rumble starts on the left, gear down to 3rd. As you exit, all the way up to 4th gear. Coming down the back straight. Sorry guys, I just need to back these guys up. So I'll back them up down the back straight. Obviously going through the last corner, gear down to 2nd. Try get the turn, gear up to 3rd so you can get the drive out the corner. Let me just move across and the guys are off.
There we go. We are back into racing now. First corner action here. Running starts up. Adrian now still settling into first position now with Melvin Gous. He's going to chase him hard now. Check push to pass is almost in the top 10 guys. All simultaneously. Melvin Gous trying to jump on the inside of Adrian now as they crest this hill. You can see the markers of the previous accidents here on the tires. Hard under the braking on the inside. Melvin Gous is trying his best of luck. You can see these cars jumping all over the track. Now we've got more accidents on the back here. We've got Leach that jumped off the track. He's made a huge accident here. We've got Waldo Swiggers is big into action. John Henry Vaughan that's passed clear. And the back we've got Peter Grobler, championship leader as well there. Huge accident. We've got Clinton Poseidon that was out and he's just joined up René Leach as well. Action, 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 Tommy. Action.
Yeah, like we said, that first one is a bit of a killer, so we were expecting some bumps and bruises and some incidents going through there, but it seems like it was a little bit well or fairly well from there. So we'll have to watch and see what happens in the rest of the race.
Oh no, some good action at the back. I think the biggest losers there was definitely the Leaches. They have lost a lot of positions there in that accident. But and then Clinton Poseidon as well. But now back to the leaders. We've got Adrian now leading the pack off. That's his happy place. That's where he wants to be. Winner from the last race at Tony Rust. Namibia's favourite son is now leading. Big pressure from Melvin Gous. JP Hydraulics cars as well leading. You know, these two makes for good racing. Look at these cars jump. These VW Polos are all over the show. Adrian now running sideways. He's losing this car. He's regained position. What a race, Adrian. Big action at the back. John Henry Vaughan was touching there onto Carl van der Merwe, I think it was. Yes, he was touching Carl there. So action, action in turn one again. Carl now trying back Henry Vaughan. Bumper to bumper action. They just bumping each other all over the show. But you know, like they say, grabbing is racing. These Polo guys know how to do it.
Yes, definitely. There's a quite tight dice going on between Carl and John Henry Vaughan at the moment. And it's John Henry Vaughan and Waldo Swiggers that's got a nice dice going, with Jan just sitting behind them waiting for those two to maybe make a mistake, and then he has his passing opportunity. He's trying to have a look up on the racing lights.
It's coming there. John Henry Vaughan just pushing a little bit wide. Waldo Swiggers, and that's like you just called it. Jan van der Westhuizen just gained that position up there, and I think he's now just smiling and thanking John Henry for that move. has given him that position from Valdi as well. But Mike McGeer sitting like comfortably here into 8th position, but he's getting under big pressure from our good friend, Mr. Sean Lerrero, DTSA representative as well. So, yeah, Sean jumping in here. Look at Sean now on the inside of Mike McGeer, trying to make it stick. Let's see what he can do.
Sorry, Sean, just to jump in there, we've actually had Adrian Nel go off in the first corner, hitting the tyre barrier, letting Melvin, Gous, Christopher Long and Carl van der Merwe go through.
That's it, yeah. Adrian Nel is now sitting into 4th position, actually. And, yeah, you know, this is heated racing, Warrick and Tommy, heated racing.
Yes, definitely. Like we said, that first thing is a very tricky one. I mean, even myself in race 1 had a few incidents there where you either run wide or you just overshoot that turn a bit, and once you hit that tire wall, you're basically done for it if you don't get too much damage. In the first race of mine, I actually ended up sitting with front and rear suspension damage, and unfortunately you have to try and race like that. So I'm not sure whether Adrian Nel has some suspension damage or damage on his car, but we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, there's a big battle now bringing here. We can see Naughty disconnected from the service, but a big battle brewing now between John Henry Vaughan actually and Adrian Nel. So, you know, oh, let me see. As we said that, John Henry Vaughan just runs sideways now. Nel is under huge, well, he's putting Carl van der Merwe under huge pressure. So let's see if Carl's going to buck now. Because if Adrian can take Carl's nowhere in the runnings actually for any championships. So it is up to Adrian now to get those points. He needs those points.
Yeah, he definitely does, sitting up front. He does have a quite comfortable lead, but...
Oh, there we go. Carl van der Merwe touching Adrian now. They're going sideways through CCB. Carl is off. Look at him rolling that car. That is one huge accident. I think all of our stewards and the medics are going to rush to him now. If I was in that car, I would be seasick.
I think it would have been a little bit more than seasick there, so.
Can you imagine having that accident in VR? I don't want that. I fall out of my rig. But anyway, now as I come up the JP Hydraulics main straight, we can see the big battle at the back here with John Henry Vaughan. And, oh, there was big lag there. What we had, Onu jumped to the pits. He's in 9th. It's not finished. Disconnected, looks like it. Anyway.
It's sad to see him disconnect. He would have had a very good race on this track. He does love to race here in the Real Polo Cup as well as the sim racing.
And currently, we've got Melvin Gous, who is only sitting 6th in this championship lead, but I don't think the 50 points will matter too much for him. But Christopher Long and Adrian Nel, 2 and 3, is where the battle's going to come on. These two guys need to, because they are, Adrian Nel is currently championship leader and Christopher Long is in 2nd. So if it finishes the way it is now, Christopher Long will take this championship, I think, for Adrian Nel. But, you know, we've only been racing for 5 minutes. We've got 9 minutes to go. Anything can happen.
Yeah, no, definitely so. Like you said, if Long ends up ahead of Adrian Nel in this first race, it might make a bit of a difference, but I don't think it will be such a big difference. But overall, if he finishes in both races, he will definitely take the championship away from Adrian.
Yeah, you need 2 consistent races, and you know we've seen that in Div 1 now, or Div 2 now, where Yassine Manuel has 2 good races. You know that puts him into the pound seat, so to speak. But now Melvin Gous is now slowly trying to break away from Christopher Long, increasing the gap to 2 seconds about. Christopher is not letting go yet. He's still got 2 push to passes, and Melvin is on 3. So I think on the push to pass battle is definitely in. What happened to Nel? I just had a look. Adrian Nel had another huge accident. He's jumped to the pits. He's actually now sitting right in the pits. So I think he's got a little bit of a handling issue there.
Yes, I was just about to tell you that he had a very big accident when I was busy watching on Melvin's car, and I saw in the rearview mirror that he just left the track like a spaceship going to the moon.
Don't hope that was another problem of technology. You know, like we said, we did have some guys battling with
unfortunately we do get those gremlins, so we'll have to maybe get him in after the race into the commentator booth and see. Maybe he can tell us a bit more about what happened there.
Let him finish his race, because I think Adrian should come out like a bat out of hell into his 2nd race, because as it stands now, Christopher Long obviously will capitalize the most in this Mike's Place. So I think we've got a big battle here between Mike's Place, the engine guys, and JP Hydraulics, the hydraulic guys. That's happening now between first and second. But they are, Tommy, I mean, look at this. They almost got a 4-second gap onto third. So they are in a league of their own. They're battling in their own.
Yes, no, definitely they are running away with this race. There's a very slight or slim chance of anyone catching up to them, unless obviously they make a big mistake, but I doubt that. Melvin Gous is very consistent, and so is Christopher, so they'll have a nice battle up front for first and second, but that was probably where it will stay.
Oh, now we've got Mr. Sean Lerrero, who's made his way all the back from the back into 5th position, and he's comfortably now chasing down John Henry Vaughan in 3rd and Valdo Swiggers 5th. Valdo is also one of those good drivers, but look at these times, 10.2, 10.2, 10.7, so they're right on each other's heels, so to speak, and yeah, let's see what's going to happen. Then we've got James Renee Leach, apologies, in 7th position. He's regained after that big accident he had. Mike McGear, you know, he's joined us in every league we've done, from Mini Cup right down to the Polos, and it's lucky to see BWR also on this side. Then our good old friend Stewie Mack, he's settling lucky into 10th or 9th now. And so Mike McGear come to the pits, I think. It's just out. Then yeah, Nala's in the pits, Masinga's disconnected, Janu, Vandermeer, and then Clinton Poseidon out. So it's unfortunate for them. But now back to the action. Let's see. Do you think Christopher Long will catch Melvin, Tommy?
I think there is a possibility. If I have a look at the times, it seems like he's slowly closing the gap. But also on the other hand, if I look at the deltas and things, he's got only 1 push to pass left, where Melvin is sitting with 3 push to passes.
No,
so
Melvin
he might
just
catch
used 1.
15, but the chances of him actually passing Melvin is not. It's very slim.
But if you look
I
at
think
Gous,
I don't want to be a commentator here, so I think Melvin will take this race.
as you said, that Melvin ran super wide into the tire barriers now, but what I was just about to say, that you can see the Polo jumping up and down, and Melvin was pushing super hard to actually get, you know, that car. He was running that car on its limits. That's how hard he was driving this VW Polo. But let us regain him and let us get him back to where he is now. Not sure if, Melvin, you know, you've got our back, buddy. Let's go. Yeah, Christopher Long is chasing hard down there. John Henry Vaughan as well. Now we've got a battle up front, Tommy.
Yeah, no, I see there's a nice battle going between John Henry Vaughan, Waldo Swiggers, and Sean Herrera at the moment, with Peter Grobler not far behind. But Sean Herrera is definitely catching up to Waldo and John Henry Vaughan. And, well, it's Waldo that just ran a bit wide. So Sean Herrera's got that little bit of a slipstream, so he's most probably going to take it going down the straight. But again, coming down to that turn, it is very tricky. You can have a faster line, but keeping control going in there, that's going to be another thing coming.
Yeah, no, there is big battles all over the show like we normally have. Melvin Gous just needs to take a good breather. You know, he's got 2 push to passes where Long has got 0. So if he just can regain it, and even if Christopher's pushing him or regaining the position, he can still recover. He's got 2 push to passes in his pocket. Into CCB they go, Melvin's favorite corner. You can see them hitting the rubble strip as they go a little bit wide, in out of this corner, down the bitstream, back straight. Here they go. Melvin Gous is now still increasing his lead a little bit there, under hard on the braking as they go into it. Now let's see what's going to happen. Melvin's got his lights on, and Christopher's on the inside there on the Mike's Place car into the JP Hydraulics main straight. This is going to be a battle if these guys keep it like this, but they are running away from the pack, Tommy. Running away.
Yes, they are. And Melvin needs to be very strategic when it comes to using his push to passes at the moment, because I think he just used 1. So it means he only has 1 left, and there's still about 3 minutes left of the race, plus another lap. So he needs to think about that. When is he going to use it? Is he going to keep it till the last lap, or maybe keep it until Christopher actually makes a move on him? So this is all going to become a very strategic and a thinking game at the moment for Melvin, and the same with Christopher. He needs to be very careful on making a move, because making it at the wrong time can either cost you or actually win you the race.
A big battle now brewing between Lerrero Swiggers and John Henry Vaughan as well for that third position now. So Vaughan is becoming under big pressure now. Aldous Swiggers is putting Sean under a little bit of effort there. As you can see, the Simtech VW Polo running like it's on rails. You know, Sean has always been a good driver, and I do like watching this guy drive. He's also right on the limits of it. Peter Grobler is just settling in lucky here at 6th position. But I remember he is one of our top runners as well in this position, in 3rd currently in the championships. So, yeah, you know, if Peter can have 2 good finishes into 6th or 4th, and then the top leaders might have a 2 and a 10, the mid-packs might still take it. But then we've got the Leach brothers, we've got Renier and James there. Stewie Mack in 9th, Mike McGee in 10th, and then the rest of the guys that's actually out. So it's unfortunately to see now. Oh, but now is back on track after that huge accident he had.
Yeah, no, we know that this track, unfortunately, going clockwise is a lot trickier than going counterclockwise, and it is a Polo Cup killer, if I can call it like that. A lot of the guys has ended up in the pits, and he's out of this race. So for some of them, it's costing them the championship, and for the others, it might gain you a better spot there. But this is Tony Rust, and it is a very, very demanding and unfortunately a very hard track to race on.
I think we've got about 18 entrants, and we've got pretty much 10 or 11 still running. So yeah, it shows you what this track does to these VW Polo cars. But this car is also not easy to drive. I just for one cannot do it. I battle with this Polo. But yeah, wheel spinning as you go along this thing. You can see Melvin Gous now settling a brilliant time of 109s, where Christopher Long was still running 110s. Melvin's still hard under the pressure there. But look at him, he's sideways in this car. I do like the way he's handling this car. He's pushing super hard. Those tires are screeching. Look at the battle at the back, Tommy. We've got Vaughan, Lerero, Swiggers, and now Peter Grobler has joined that race as well. So he's saying, give me a piece of this action. We've got an orange, red, and a blue Polo.
Yeah, no, definitely. It's close racing up here at the back, and Peter did very well. After that accident in the first turn on the first lap, he came back quite strong, coming up all the way to 6th position and actually joining the battle for 4th position. Oh, sorry, it's for 3rd position, because anything can happen in this last 1 or 2 laps that we've got left.
Peter is getting faster and faster, corner by corner, not even lap by lap, but corner by corner. Peter is getting faster now. Look at him going down onto what is he doing onto Valdu? He's on the outside.
Oh, there was contact. There was actually contact between John Henry Vaughan and Sean Lerero, costing Sean Lerero to fall back all the way to 6th position, and Valdu and Peter moved up.
Oh, so Peter and Valdu is going to capitalize there, but look at Peter. He's now taking that little bit of a draft that VW Polo is giving him as they go into the corner 1. You can see these cars bouncing everywhere, and they go sideways. Peter undercuts them there. Valdu ran super wide and he's off. So that shows you what pressure does. Unfortunately for Valdu, he had a huge accident there, 360 turn, and that has taken it now. But back to the front, we've got Long that's taken Gous. I think Gous might have made a mistake there if I look at the times, because he's already 3 seconds behind on Christopher Long. So yeah, Melvin's got some time to make up there, but just stay where you are if you need to. John Henry Vaughan is 5 seconds behind him, and I don't think he should catch him, as they've got down to the final lap now. So with that, we've got Christopher Long that will bring it home, Tommy.
Yes, that's quite sad. Melvin was doing very well. He had an excellent race going there, and unfortunately made a mistake on the last lap, and that cost him that race. But luckily he still finishes up in 2nd position. John Henry Vaughan up in 3rd, Baldur Swiggers in 4th, and Peter in 5th.
Peter actually take 4th.
Yes, I saw that now. Just as I said it, he jumped over, and Peter is in 4th position, Sean in 5th, Renier Leach in 6th, Baldur Swiggers in 7th, James Leach in 8th, Stuart Mack in 9th, and Mike McGee in 10th position.
That's it, girls. So it brings you home there, Mikey, as he's going down the JP Hydraulics main straight, and then 1 or 2 cars behind him. We've got Naughty that's still out there with 1 lap down, and then the Mobile's favourite son, as he's going to bring his car back in 12th position, almost into the JP Hydraulics start-finish straight, and Adrian now will wrap it up in 12. So yeah, that is our race for Div 1. Action all over the pack. I don't think this was the race result we called on. I don't think none of us expected this. But, well, Christopher Long, we sort of thought he's going to be in the top. Gous would have been in the top. But, yeah, unfortunately for now, I don't know if it was just nerves or whether it was a little bit of pressure, from the other drivers, or just a pure simple racing incident. Yeah, that's just pushed Nal, which is sad to see. That he's such a nice guy. G12.
And unfortunately for them, they didn't have such a great race. But we'll have to wait and see what happens now in race 2.
So let's go quickly and go look. JP had a little shop for the last time for this season, and I'm still amazed with what these guys do at the shop. Alrighty guys, we're back here. 5 seconds to go for race 2, and that will be a reverse order grid. Looking at that, we shall have Stuart Max starting in first position, James Leach in second, Renee Leach in third, Sean Lerrero in fourth, Peter Global in fifth, and I think that's where he wants to be. John Henry Vaughan sixth, Melvin Gous will start in seventh, Christopher Long in eighth, and I think just watch out for Christopher in that turn 1. He's going to make up some positions. Just got that feeling, but let's see. Walter Swickers will bring it home in 9th, Mike McGeer in 10th. Taking the back of the lead, we've got Nati Masminga in 11th, Adrian Nal in 12th, Janu van der Westhuizen in 13th, Carl van der Merwe will bring it home in 14th, Tintin in 15th. So yeah, Tommy, I don't know what to call on race 2, I'll be honest with you, it's just like all over the show. But let's see what's going to happen. Warrick will take them for the formation lap, and then we should be flying.
Yes, definitely. And I'm sorry, Shaw, but this time I'm not calling anything or anyone. After I did that, a lot of people just ended up in the pits.
It does happen, it does happen. But anyway, we saw John Henry Vaughan there jumping as he was getting ready to get off the line, and he had to put a reverse as he was almost into Sean Lerrero as well there. But now the guys are going off the line, and yeah, it's going to make an interesting one. This VW Golf, actually GTI from JP Hydraulics, is a mean machine.
Yes, they are mean machines. I would actually very much enjoy to take one of them out for a test drive.
Well, we had our thanks to our very own Geraldine, that every time the cars are off, she sends me a message or on the track. So thanks for you. I really do appreciate it. We do love you. But anyway, let's get back. Tommy, we had our very own Warrick Stuart that took our car out on the track earlier, and the practice session, and he was running a 103.
Well, to think of it in that way, some of the guys from SRA that's on the track now is also participating in another event for VW India. And the cars they're driving is also the same polos as we're racing now, but the setup and the engines and things is different. And they are actually also doing the 103s around this track if it comes to practicing. So I must admit, these polos and those polos are very fast.
That's it. Now we can see action and tension is starting to build up, Tommy, as these guys are getting bunched up by Warrick Stuart. The guys on the back now, we've got Clinton Bassanote. They are a nice formation, Warrick. You can get these guys going there, and we'll see the Warrick will pull off quite soon, and that will take this pack right to the lead. And yeah, nice bunch up here. We've got Melvin Gous in the middle pack. We've got Adrian now there, Naughty. You can see the video, the Golf pulling out. Now they are racing. We've got James Leach on the outside here. Stewie Mack already in there. He's taking the lead off. There is big racing on the front. Let's see what these guys. All of a sudden, our turn one is our last turn, is a more actionable turn.
So definitely, I'm actually sitting on board with James Leach, watching from the first car all the way to the back to try and see what happens going into the first turn. But there's a very nice race between James Leach and Stuart Mack, and there was
a touch. There was a touch. James Leach has just lost it. Huge accident. We've got Lorero and the Leaches. They are off. All the notches. John Henry Vaughan. There's a huge accident. Mike McGee, I can see in the back. Christopher Long, he's off. So that's our championship leader currently that's off. Adrian Null has gone through. We've got, there's Mike McGee has just disconnected. Alvin Gous went off. So all of our top leaders has unfortunately pulled off. Mike McGee, Valdu, Johanne van der Westhuizen, Christopher Long, John Henry Vaughan, Clinton Bassanote, he's still in there. Adrian Null now back into 9th position. You can see him and Clinton Bassanote battling here big on the inside and the outside. Clinton Bassanote down, bitstream back straight. There they go. Adrian Null's got the inside line. Keep your head, my buddy. This is what you need to do. You've got lots of support in the WhatsApps and the chats. So yeah, you need to get it, bring it home. Then maybe his favorite son. Stuart Mack is now leading. Look at Peter Grobler. Tommy, that's where he wants to be. 2nd position.
Unfortunately, my times hasn't updated yet, but we've got Stuart Mack in the front, Peter Grobler in 2nd. So that's actually very nice for Peter. I think give him quite a boost. And got Renier Leeds, Martin Zinga in 4th, Aldous Wickers in 5th, and Clinton in 6th. But there's actually a very nice...
Oh, look at this. Stuart Mack has lost his car. He's just sideways. That rear of the car slided, and that has let Peter Grobler through, Tommy. So yeah, unfortunately for Stuart Mack, he's just lost his car there.
I saw that. And now we've got a dice of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cars going for 1st position. All the way from Peter Grobler to Renier Leach, Nati, Waldo Clinton, and Adrian now.
It's a battle for 7 cars now. You can see there's another contact. James Leach there. He had a huge contact now at the back. I think that was with Naughty. Yeah, that's definitely Naughty. So there's a huge contact. And if I look at the cars on the track, we've got 3rd and 4th place battling with the 14th car on track. So we're already starting to lap the cars here if I look at this. So yeah, we've got all over the show, we've got car numbers floating around. But in any way, back to the action. Let's see who's still fighting. Adrian now, let's look at some inside car action if we can get Adrian now there. Let's see if we can get some action there. We go. You can see him here from the dashboard. Adrian now, 220 kilometers an hour as he's taking car on the outside. Look at this car bumping and jumping. Fastest lap now being set by Johanne van der Westhuizen. Oh, and Adrian now just got rammed right from the back. I don't know who it was. Who was that? That was, I think it was Stewie, if I'm not mistaken, that just taken Adrian right out from the back. But unfortunately for him. Oh, Adrian's car is all over the show. You can see how he's battling, Tommy.
You still there, Shaw?
Yeah, Tommy, where are you there? We went all dead quiet for a little bit with that big accident that happened.
I heard that. There is action all over this track. I don't know what to say anymore. I don't know who's where, who's in what position, what battery is going where. But we'll unfortunately have to wait and see what's going on and what's going to happen. But it seems like Peter Grobler is up in first position, Renier Leach in second, and Walter Swiggers is in third position. And there's actually a dice going on between Walter Swiggers and Nati, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
Quentin is also up in that battle. Christopher Long and John Henry Vaughan, it's busy having a nice battle for sixth position.
Naughty, the car in front of Naughty is Sean Lerrero, who's actually sitting in 13th position. And then in front of him, we've got James Leach, who is actually sitting in 12th position. So we've got third and fourth place being split by 13th and 12th place. So yeah, they've got back markers, front runners. Everybody is super fast all around. So like we just said, our fastest time was just set on track by Janne van der Westhuizen, who is currently running in 9th position. So you can't call this race. This race is still open for everybody.
Yes, that is true, Shaw. I'm just hoping that we do understand that the back markers has a race of their own, but let's hope that they will give the faster guys that is actually running in the front of the pack a slight gap to get past and not compromise their race as well.
Unfortunately, there we could see that from third position, Baldur Swiggers in the final turn, he just ran wide and he hit the barriers there, those tyres, and that has put Naughty now into third position. And then Mr. Christopher Long has already regained and he's back on top in fourth. Look at these cars right onto the limits, Tommy. These tyres are battling for grip. They are crying out loud. And these tyre sponsors are just saying, please guys, just grip. With 4 cars into corner 1, all hanging on for dear life. This makes for some crazy racing. As you see these guys going right up now into, I think they are leading up to CCB now, that little blind hill. There we go, Christopher Long on the inside and the outside, John Henry Vaughan chasing down as well. It is making a nice lead.
John Henry. Yes, definitely. He's pulled up almost a second lead over Renier Leach. And then from Renier Leach to Nati, there is almost 5 second lead, or 5 second gap between Renier and Nati.
Well, we can see these cars now from the back markers coming through the pits as well. Now we've got Melvin Gous still sitting there in 11th position. He's now in the race of his own. I think Melvin is just going to chase down Adrian now and make it a battle for Namibia, to be honest with you. I've got a little bit of a lag spike, pushing my frame rates up again, Tommy, so I apologize for that. But we should regain now soon. Stuart Mack has made his position back into 9th.
Well, we've got Naughty up in fourth, Naughty in third and Long in fourth, with John Henry Vaughan not too far behind him. So this is still anyone's race coming for second, third and fourth position. But again, I don't want to be commentator's curse, but from the looks of it, Grobler should have this one settled.
Grobler's got 4 push-to-passes left, and then we've got Renier, I think in second, he's still got on 5. So Renier's in the pound seats, Naughty on 1, Long in 3, Vaughan on 5, Swiggers on 4, but Saturn at 1, Panamova in 4, Max 0, Nel 0, and Gous on 5. So Gous is on 5 and Nel is on 0. I think that little bit of a battle for Namibia. Currently, I think Melvin's got the push-to-pass battle won there.
It's quite an interesting thing to see is where is Melvin Gous at the moment.
Now sitting there back.
Yes, that's unfortunate for him. He had a very good first race. So let's see and hope if he can still catch up to the pack.
Adrian Nel now battling with Stu and Macri. These guys are going 30 degrees sideways now. Look, Adrian Nel, and what a nice move there by Stu and Mac. He's actually let Adrian Nel through. That's what you call gentleman racing. What a brilliant pass. I've got to give it to him. That was done so cleanly. But then he let Adrian Nel pause, and he's putting big pressure onto Adrian Nel. So it's like, I know you need it, buddy. There you go. But I'm going to make it difficult for you. That's what I like to see. You do get a bit of gentlemanship and camaraderie here. But look at the top now. We've got Naughty being chased down with Sean Lerrera in 13th position. And Sean is dicing these guys because it's Naughty and Christopher Long that's been split up by Sean Lerrera currently. And Sean is actually drafting Naughty, and Naughty is like, getting off me, bud. You're not in my race. But anyway, let's see what's happening as they go into turn 1.
Well, it might be a nice opportunity for Christopher Long to actually pass.
I think it's going to happen because if I look at this, between Lerrera and Naughty, they almost took each other out. Naughty forced very wide there, and Long almost took it. But now we've got Lerrera doing a bit of rally crossing there and letting Christopher Long through. So that's also nice to see. And I did nip a little bit there for Naughty's sake because you can see Naughty is every corner running quite wide.
Oh, well, he didn't do or spend much time in the practice service or learning the track. So for someone that is out on the track for the first time in these cars, he's not doing too badly, but it might cost someone or himself the race. But for now, he's doing very well. He's closing the gap on him, so let's see what happens. The chance of catching him and passing him is very good.
The big respect here for Coral van der Merwe, new racer. He was back marker, and you had Grobler, Leach, and Masvinga chasing down on him like super fast, and he just pulled off the track, putting on the brakes and letting those guys through, costing him another 10 seconds on his lap time. That's what you call gentleman racers. So well done to you, Coral. That's what we would like to see. And he's not slow because he's a diff 1 guy. Back to the lead now. Look at this fight still. Christopher Long and Naughty, Tommy. What's going to happen here? Come on.
I'm quite sure, and I can almost say I can guarantee it, but I'm pretty sure that Christopher is going to make a move and he will make it stick on Naughty. But again, I don't want to be commentators because they're coming up on the back marker, so that might just give Christopher the opportunity that he needs to capitalize on the pass. But even so, he does have a better line, he does have faster turn or corner out. So the chances is very good. They are going into that first turn or the last one before the main straight.
Coral. Look at what Coral did.
Very, very well done on him. That is such good sportsmanship. That
I think I also call Coral for sportsmanship of the day. What a nice drive. That was brilliant.
And Christopher Long just made the move on Naughty. Let's see if he can make it stick going into that first turn.
Oh, this is good racing we've got, but keep in mind that Naughty is not in the championship running here. And, I think that's what Christopher's going to do, because look at Naughty there. He's being very aggressive. He's hard on the racing. But Christopher is in the championship lead, and Naughty is not.
I don't want to be a bad spokesperson, but Naughty just took out one of the races at the back. And there was conflict between Clinton and Valdo, unfortunately, also taking Valdo out of the race at the moment.
Well, we had contact there with a couple of guys, to be honest with you. But now that has given an opportunity, because look at Adrian Nel, Namibia's favourite son. He's now chasing down Clinton Besaidenote. And it's always lucky to see these guys race. Clinton being obviously one of our regular supporters in the BTCC and in this race here. And we do miss the blue and pink car, Clinton. Come on, buddy. You need to get a new proper skin in the next series. Adrian now putting huge pressure onto him. Final corner, they go to the JP Hydraulics main straight. Who's going to take this? Nel has got pushed to pass, and Besaidenote's got nothing. So I think Nel should have the better run here. You can see him jumping out on Clinton Besaidenote as he's going wide. Now let's just overtaken him. Down the straight they go. Hard on the racing. What's going to happen, Tommy? We've got here Nel on the outside. Look at them staying off those difficult roads and that bumpy road section. And we can see Clinton Besaidenote almost ran sideways there. Look at him again, drifting around the corners. And I think that has put a little bit of pressure off Adrian Nel's shoulders with that handbrake move. I think he's pulled there, but great for great entertaining racing, Clinton.
Yeah, it definitely does. But I see Adrian Nel is actually busy closing the gap on John Henry Vaughan. So if all goes well, he might take that fourth position away from John Henry Vaughan. And then we will have Christopher Long and Adrian Nel in third and fourth, which is the two top runners in this championship. So this is actually
They quickly jump to the front. Look at Peter Grober now in the 0.1 second to Renier Leach. Now they're running side by side. Renier on the first position. Peter coming back at him, and they've got the back mark on the inside of corner one. What's going to happen here? But Peter, and there we go. René Leach has taken it from Peter Grobler. Peter Grobler now hard on the back of him, and he's not going to let it go. Look at this, Peter on the inside, 2 last man stands car. We've got the 2 brothers actually supporting each other here. And James Leach is checking the action of what his boot is doing, and I think James Leach Senior is looking at the home and sitting here watching and saying, you know what, go my boys, this is the way we need to do it. Peter Grobler now trying to regain his position. He does have a little slight upper hand and push to passes, Tommy. Look at Peter.
Yes, definitely Peter does still have that push to passes, so he can definitely regain that position on René Leach. But I can't say for sure, we'll have to wait and see on that one. They are coming down to that final corner up to the main straight, and I'm pretty sure that Peter will use one of the push to passes going up the straight. There is only this lap and then one more lap left, so he's going to have to make his move and make it quick.
I think if you can make a note of this, that 40 seconds to go in the race final corner, take a screenshot of how close René Leach and Peter Grobler was to each other going through that corner. You'll probably find those bumpers were so close you couldn't get your hand through, because that was super close racing. But that's what makes these guys great. Their situational awareness is amazing. But now Peter's back there, 30 seconds or so to go, Tommy, 20 seconds to go. Peter Grobler, big attack onto René. He needs to get this one stick. You know, remember René is not actually in he's 9th in the championship leaders, and Peter is on 3rd. So for Peter's sake, he needs this. He needs this more. Long, as I think we are now, if Long finishes in 3rd, he should take our championship lead. He had a brilliant race 1 and a second one, and he started in 2nd position. I think it will be for a brilliant TTSA finish, and also for Mike's place for Christopher Long, Tommy.
Yes, definitely. But going up back to the front, you've got Peter that's all over the back of René Leach. I don't want to call this one yet. I think there might be a chance of Peter still catching it, but Christopher will settle in nicely in 3rd position. I don't think that Adrian will catch him very easily, seeing that Adrian is busy having a battle with a back marker. And then also we've still got John Henry Vaughan that's up ahead of Adrian now. So again, we'll have to wait and see what happens there.
I just had a brain fart here, and you've got Peter Grobler. He's chasing down René Leach. He's got 1 push to pass to go, and René's got 0. Peter's not using those push to pass yet. I think he needs to start using that in this back end, if I was him. But then James Leach is putting pressure onto Peter. Although James is not in the runnings, Peter doesn't know this because he's under attack, and he just sees this car in his back mirror. So I think the Leach brothers is playing an interesting game, and if they are, I commend him for this, because I think it's brilliant for what James is doing by putting pressure onto Peter. I think it's brilliant. So yeah, let's look at this, Tommy. Final turn, here they come. Peter's got 1 push to pass left. He didn't use it yet. I think his time is gone, but this race shall go to the last man stands car of René Leach, and he shall bring it home, if I'm not mistaken, Tommy. He's going to take it.
Yes, no, he will definitely take this win, with Peter coming in 2nd position.
Peter in 2nd. We've got Christopher Long, apologies. He'll bring it in 3rd, and I think that is going to be our championship leader. We'll see when the tallies and the rolls, and there might be still penalties that will play a big game. John Henry Vaughan, good race for you, Mr. Youngster. 4th position, you bringing it home, and then the battle still in the back. I can see it here.
One at the back. There's actually guys going between Melvin Gous and Adrian now, and Melvin just took it from Adrian now.
So Melvin has taken the battle of Namibia there from Namibia's favourite son. Baldur Swiggers will bring it back home in 8th position. Stuart Mack is currently in 9th, and then we've got the Leach that's just passed over Sean Lerrero 12th. And then we had Jonne van der Westhuizen, and a brilliant race for him as well tonight. Remember, he was the fastest lap time, actually. It was the last lap time. And we've got Karel van der Merwe. I would still call him for sportsmanship of the day, Tommy. That was such a good race.
I do agree with you on that one, Charles. That must be sportsmanship of the day. Every time there was a back marker that was close, he moved out of the way as quick as possible, even if it costed him a position or a few seconds on his lap.
Let's quickly see if we can get Adrian in here. Adrian now, Mr. Favorite Son. I don't think he can hear us. He's still adrenaline pumping after that one with Melvin. Is Melvin in here?
I'm pretty sure it is. Adrian, yes.
How's it?
Hi, Adrian, you there?
I'm there, yeah.
Are you there? Yeah.
Yes, I'm here.
How's the nerves doing?
Sorry?
I asked, how's the nerves doing at the moment?
Quite high, I won't lie.
What a race at the end between you and Melvin there, Adrian.
Yeah, it was super close, super close. I actually wanted to let him pass because I thought my damage was worse. And I was like, well, I got the steering wheel 90 degrees to the left and the car's still going straight and it's still drivable, so let's have a dice. So yeah.
That was a good race. We just wanted to commend you for that. And, you know, being superb for this whole league, Adrian, you've had a lot of support from Namibian guys. You've had really a lot of them. And you've been a good driver. You've been good sportsmanship. You've been a good comrade. And you've also been a good teacher. You've always helped people to get faster and better. So, you know, from us at SRA, we just want to say thank you for that. We do appreciate it as well, Adrian.
It's not a problem. It's always a joy helping others out, and of course I want more closer racing and such. It was just tonight was a bit of a didn't go like I planned it to go, but yeah, it is what it is. Can't do anything now.
Perfect, Adrian. But anyway, all the best for you. Good luck. We'll see you in the next league, and yeah, let's get the next guy.
Cool.
Let's see if we can get Renier. I want to have a chat with you. Renier, good evening.
Hi, how are you?
Good and you, Renier. We put in the commentators. What a race too you had.
Yeah, it was great fun.
You guys had a battle and a half up there, and the last corners. You know, something interesting. We had you in the front, then we had Peter, and then we had your boot in the back. And I think Peter was thinking your boot was chasing him, but your boot put pressure on him. But good drive from you.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I managed to save all my PTPs for the last 5 laps, so I was trying to keep up with Peter, and then in the last 5 laps trying to catch a second or half a second a lap.
Yeah, well, overall, Rene, what do you think of the VW Polo League that we were in? And we know we obviously finished it. What was your views and findings?
I must say I enjoyed it a lot. I only started sim racing in June this year. Bought a PC and a steering wheel in June, and the Polo Cup was actually my first entrance ever. And I must say it's great fun. It's real good racing.
It was good, but it was good to have you and your family here, Rene. Thanks to James and your dad, James Senior, as well, and for you for entertaining us and the commitment that your family has shown to Sim Race Africa as well, Rene. We do commend you for that, and we remember a very good night when you guys were sitting in the bush, but you were racing.
Yeah, thank you very much. We enjoyed it a lot, and racing is in our blood, so
perfectly.
Always.
Perfect, but thank you for that, Rene, and all the best. We'll see you in the next league.
Great, thank you very much. Enjoy the evening.
Just. Hey, I wonder if we can get Christopher Long. Tommy, you want to take him? Let's see if we can get him in here.
Hi, Christopher.
What's it?
How are you doing?
Good and you, man?
Oh, we're doing well. We've got you in the commentators booth here, guys. You want to tell us a bit about the race?
Oh, chaotic. No, the first race wasn't too bad. Yeah, the first race wasn't too bad. It was a bit of chaos, I think, a little bit. That the bumps going onto that first corner is quite tricky, so I saw it caught Melvin out a bit as well. But yeah, I just tried to keep my head down and put some fast times, and we ended up coming away with the win there, so that's good. And then the second race was even more carnage on the first corner, so got spun around and we managed to come back a bit. So I think we finished 4th or 5th there somewhere, if I'm not mistaken. So I think it's going to be close in the points with Adrian. I don't know what happened to him, so yeah, let's see what happens, but it was good.
The two of you had a lot of bad luck going into the first race as well as the second race, but I have to say you did come back very well, and you actually finished, I think it was 4th place in the second race. So both races you did finish ahead of Adrian, so it will make quite interesting to see where the point standings ended, seeing that you and Adrian was in the top 2 positions for this championship. So I do have to say very well done on both of your races. You did very well. with the incidents and accidents, you did come back strong on those.
Yeah, thanks very much, guys. Yeah, thanks for you guys for hosting an awesome series as well. It's been awesome to partake in. I think, you know, it gives you something to do on a Sunday, but besides that, I think it's quite an awesome structure. And I mean, even with Peter, you know, making the tracks as well, like the track you drove tonight in Namibia, I think it's pretty cool. You know, I've never been to Namibia, but driving the track just gives you some sort of sense of what it is like to be there, you know. So I think us using local tracks and all that was really a cool thing for you guys to do. And, you know, thanks for letting me be part of it. So.
That's cool. Christopher from Simrace Africa's admin side as well. We just want to say thanks to you for what you've been doing for sim racing, your sponsor, MySpace as well. I mean, we always see you guys everywhere, and without sponsors and without you guys that's driving it, your server, TTSA, and all you guys always support. Thanks for that. We need that. So we commend you for that, and, you know, a good sportsmanship as you are. We thank you.
Thank you, guys. Thanks very much. Appreciate it.
Cheers, bud. Go well.
Cool, man.
Cheers.
Right,
Also, that was very interesting racing going into Division 1 there. And wrapping up this championship, it's going to be interesting to see where the points ends up.
Oh, no, definitely. But, guys, as we call it, that is the end of our VW Polo Cup. We shall probably do a little bit of a small live stream in the week where we just announce all the winners, first, second, third, fourth, up to 10th, I think. We'll do something special for them. And yeah, we just want to thank all the viewers that's always watched us. You know, every Sunday we've got the guys that's coming here, chatting to us, supporting us, to fellow admin team. You know, you guys rock. You guys are keeping this place alive. To our drivers that support us, you know, it's really good. It's there. For Peter, you know, like we said, for making the tracks and the cars and keeping the sim racing growing. And then to the real racers, you know, the guys like Alan, Michael from the sponsors, you know, we need you guys. We thank you guys for that. And then Mr. Tony Rust himself also, you know, that made this track in the real life, because if that didn't start, there would never be a sim racing world. So, you know, this thing goes higher than just one or two guys, and we thank you all for that. So, I think from us at SRA, we're going to call it out. We say thanks to everybody. Guys, keep it safe. We're almost out of it, and then, yeah, life will return to normal. Christmas is coming up, and watch out for our next league. It's going to be super entertaining and much better, I think. We're just going from strength to strength. So with that, I want to leave you with something very special we've done before, and I think it is just a very fitting series if we play out with the tribute video that we've done for Mr. Tony Rust himself. So Mr. Tony Rust from Simrace Africa side, like we said before, we thank you, what you've done for sim racing, and in general, enjoy this, and we'll see you soon. God bless, goodbye.
Out where the river broke, the bloodwood and the desert oak, holding wrecks and boiling diesels, steaming 45 degrees. The time has come to save this fare, to pay the rent, to pay our share. The time has come. A fact. From Kentar East to yonder Moo, the western desert lives and breathes in 45 degrees. The time has come to save fair's fair, to pay the rent, to pay our share. The time has come, a fact's a fact. It belongs to them. Let's give it back. How can we dance when our earth is turning? How do we sleep while our beds are burning? How can we dance when our earth is turning? How do we sleep while our beds are burning? The time has come to save fair's fair, to pay the rent now, to pay our share. The time has come, a fact's a fact. It belongs to them, we're gonna give it back. How can we dance when our earth is turning? How do we sleep while our beds are burning? natural of violence and double talk. It's just a song in only trouble and the strife. You do the walk, yeah, you do the walk of life. You do the walk of life. Ooh.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.